Hi kids, today we're doing Fire and Ice. This is a poem by Robert Frost. This is the second poem in the text. Let's read it once. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. This poem is about emotions. This poem can also be read as, literally fire and ice. It can be interpreted in terms of destruction that strong emotions can cause. Okay, so if you were to look at today's worksheet, it gives you the example of Hiroshima and how large scale destruction was caused due to hatred or due to these strong emotions that countries had for each other, and innocent citizen had to suffer not just that particular generation but for generations to come. Let's look at the first stanza. Look at the last words: fire, ice, desire, fire. So you can see there's a ABAA word rhyme scheme. The second stanza, however, has 5 lines, so the rhyme scheme turns out to be A, B, A, B, A. Right? This is simple for you. I know all of you can identify this on your own. Let's go line by line. Some say the world will end in fire. Now, fire has been compared to hot emotions, desire, fury, anger. And ice is a symbol for the cold emotions, hatred, coldness, rigidity, right? So now some say the world will end in fire. It is the hatred in the hearts of people that will lead to the end of the world. Some say in ice. Some say it's going to be the other way around. The coldness in people's heart will cause the destruction. Now the poet says, from what I have tasted of desire. Desire is the hot emotion here, right? So he says, from what I know of desire, what I have experienced, I favor those, I hold with those. That means I am on their side. I favor those who favor fire. So he says, if this was a debate whether the world will end in fire or whether the world will end in ice, then I would support those who are saying it will end because of strong emotions, the fire. Okay? Now, this is his stand in the first stanza. He says it's because of the fireful emotions that the world will end, because I have experienced it. He says, from what I have tasted of desire. Okay. The second stanza, but if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great. So he says, the first bet is on fire, but if the world could die, if the world could end twice, there's an oxymoron here. Dying twice, right? Perish twice. This is an oxymoron. Two opposites have been put together because you cannot, die and then come alive and then die again. So if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate. Hate is a cold emotion here. To say that for destruction, ice is also great. So fire is good enough, but now in the second stanza, he's saying that ice is also good enough. Okay, and he has experienced enough hatred to support the fact that ice is also enough for the destruction and would suffice. It will be sufficient. It will be enough to end the world. So he's saying that both of them are strong emotions. They're self-destructive emotions. Right? If you have any questions, you can WhatsApp me. Let's just look at a few more things in this poem. I've discussed the rhyme scheme. There is alliteration, favor fire, fur ka sound repeating. Then world will. Some say is also repetition, right here. Then there is imagery, fire and ice. You can visualize things. There's visual imagery. Uh, Notice one thing, that the lines continue. The full stop is after the second line and the fourth line. This is called enjambment. Refer to the figurous speech video for details. Okay. Then, sorry, perish twice was a paradox, not an oxymoron. I'm so sorry. So, perish twice is in paradox, wherein, it contradicts itself. And like I said, symbolism is there. Fire and ice stand for emotions. It's not literal fire and ice. You must have, I have at least come across videos talking about fire and ice is literal, global warming and ice age, which is also true because, the way we are working, the way the human race is progressing, global warming may lead to the end of the world. And if the earth decides to act the way it is acting in 2020 and we happen to have an ice age, even that can end the world. So different people read the poem differently. It depends on how you see it. Okay, now as we can see that this poem is a warning, and I would like to see your views. I would like to read your views in the questions that I am sending along with this video link. That's all for now. I'll be posting another poem very soon. Thank you for your time.